All right. So the Lakers faced off against the Denver Nuggets tonight, and they came out with a loss in tonight's game, guys, with a final score of 120 to 113. Unfortunately, man, I just feel like the Lakers competed in this game. They had a very, very slow start to the game. The first quarter, they played horrendous. They started the game off. They were down 11-0 or 12-0 or something like that. They couldn't make a shot to save their life. And, of course, Jamal Murray was having a magnet ball type of game at the beginning of the game, hitting crazy shots left and right. But they settled in. And to be completely honest with you, as soon as DeAndre Ayton left the court, I don't know what was wrong with him. I don't know if he was trying to play through an injury. I don't know exactly what was wrong with him, but he went out of the game in the first quarter and he left and went to the locker room. He did not return. The same thing happened last time we played against Denver, if I'm not mistaken. We played against Denver earlier in the season, and the same thing happened to Ayton in that game. He just, all of a sudden, he was, you know what, I take that back. I think that's the game he got poked in the eye and he was out for the rest of the game. So that was a completely different story. But tonight, I didn't like initially see him get injured on the court. I didn't see an injury happen. So all of a sudden he's just hurt and he leaves the game for the rest of the game. But Jackson Hayes filled in tonight probably in a way that DeAndre Ayton was not going to fill in tonight. Like I said, I don't know if he was initially hurt before the game started. I'm not going to make fun of anybody that get injured or anything like that. But the Lakers played a lot better tonight with Ayton off the court, because the first like 4 or 5 minutes of the game when he was in the game, I mean, he was horrendous. I mean, he was defensively, he was bad. He missed a jump hook at the rim. But Jackson Hayes was phenomenal tonight, guys. And I think the Lakers competed tonight. The Nuggets just made a few more shots than the Lakers did down the stretch. Marcus Smart had his opportunities. And I'm not even mad at Marcus Smart, bro. Marcus Smart plays so hard. He makes the right plays. And he is an absolute dog defensively. I'm not mad at Marcus Smart at all for missing those shots down the stretch. I feel like they were good looks. And obviously LeBron couldn't be too aggressive going to the rim. He had already hurt his elbow earlier in the fourth quarter. And that's another thing that we're going to talk about tonight, guys. We're going to talk about a couple of things. And as y'all coming in, guys, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream and y'all leave y'all's comments and thoughts on the game as well. I'm about to get into y'all's questions and comments in just a second. I know we're going to have a lot of haters in here tonight, man, because the Lakers lost to a good team. Then they already beat this same team earlier this year when the Lakers had their injuries and the Nuggets still had their injuries. But people are going to make every single excuse in the world every single time the Lakers lose to, for some reason, I've never heard this term before. I'm Ted, I am 31 years old. I'm 31 years old. I have never heard a term of a commentator using a team losing to above 600 teams. I have never heard that before. Stan Van Gundy brought up a stat in a statistical reason to downplay the Lakers tonight. I've never heard that term in football, basketball, baseball. I've always heard teams being above 500, not above 600. Like, bro, it's so funny to me how these commentators and these mainstream media platforms bring up all of these different ways to just hate on the Lakers. It's so hilarious to me, but that's neither here or there, right? The Lakers lost this game tonight to the Denver Nuggets. It was a very, very good game. It was tough shot making. It was great playmaking from Jokic. It was great playmaking from Luka, LeBron, Austin. But at the end of the game, the Nuggets just made a few more shots than the Lakers. So let me go ahead and hop into y'all's questions and comments right quick, y'all. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, chat. I might be done looking at Jake LaRavia hoops, man, at least for a little bit. Okay? Because in these big games that come down to the stretch, these teams are starting to leave him wide open on purpose. They're starting to leave him wide open on purpose, and he's not making the shots. He was 0 of. Let me go ahead and hop into the stat sheet right quick. Let me pull up y'all questions and comments. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna get with y'all. As y'all coming in, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream. But Jake LaRavia, 0 of 3 from 3 tonight. In the last 3 he shot top of the key, he airballed it. It's like it's in his head at this point. And Jake LaRavia is a career 38% three-point shooter, or 37, I think it's like 37 point something, but it's 38% three-point shooter. He is a good shooter. I'm about to get into y'all's questions and comments right now. Cali boy, what's good, man? I appreciate the $2 super chat. I'm gonna get your question first. Excuse me. All right. Appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much for the love and support. Let me hop into your comment right quick, bro. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I completely disagree with your comment. I don't think that was the reason why the Lakers lost tonight. But if DeAndre Ayton was out there playing injured, he should never played. Just sit down, bro. Because if he had an injury before the game started, or if he has an injury in general, you need to sit down. You need to sit down. So yeah, man. Hey, Cali boy, I appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much for the love. JJ should be fired for playing DeAndre Ayton. I don't know why. Like, I appreciate the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate the love and the support, man, for sure. But when it comes to JJ Redick, y'all criticize the roster, right? And it's not just you, and it's not just you in general, but it's a lot of Lakers fans that I hear criticizing the Lakers roster, which is very, very fair because they don't have a top tier roster. And when it comes to their role players, some of their role players are not reliable. They're not reliable. They are not reliable role players. They lack athleticism. They lack three-point shooting, and they lack in different areas when it comes to the mental side of the game, right? So we blame the role players for not being good, but then you blame JJ Redick for playing certain players. What do you want him to do? Play 6 players the whole game? I don't know what y'all want him to do. I can't blame him playing DeAndre Ayton for 5 minutes and him not returning to tonight's game. Jackson Hayes played the most of the minutes. And when DeAndre Ayton is playing bad, JJ doesn't keep him in the game. Like, for example, the New Orleans game last game, Ayton didn't close that game out, bro. Hayes closed the game. And I didn't even think Ayton was bad in that game. Now, could he have been better? 100%. But if JJ Redick would have continued to play Ayton tonight with the way he played in that first stint, if he didn't get hurt, then I'd understand where you're coming from to a certain extent. JJ Redick is not getting fired, bro. I feel like JJ Redick has done a good job with this team. For considering how much they've dealt with the injury bug the whole entire season, I think JJ Redick has done a fine job. And I'm not one of those type of people that's always going to side with coaches and referees, right? Because I could not stand Darvin Ham. I thought Darvin Ham was dog shit at coaching. And that's just a simple fact. He didn't call challenges. Out of the timeout plays were trash. You had to have other coaches doing that for you. It was a lot of different things he was very, very bad at, right? But I disagree with you, bro. I think that JJ Redick is fine. I don't think he's going to get fired. I don't think he should get fired. That 11-0 start to the game was discussed. What's good, Mamba? Can't do that against top-tier teams. You can't. And it seemed like after that, they were trying to come back from that all night. They continued to cut the lead down to 4, to 3, to 2. Like, they continued to, they even cut the lead down to 1 and Reaves missed a free throw, which he rarely does. Like, I legitimately become shocked when Austin Reaves misses a free throw. When Reaves misses a free throw, that's how good of a free throw shooter he is. He's one of the top tier free throw shooters in the league. So when he misses, you're shocked, right? It's not like that with LeBron or Luka. It's like y'all gotta be better. But when it comes to Reaves missing free throws, it's surprising, right? But they continue to cut the lead down to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, and they just could not get over the hump every single time. And even in the first half, and I'm about to hop into some more of y'all's comments, but even in the first half, when I think the Lakers were on like an 8-0 run or something like that, and Luka swung the ball to Marcus Smart, and it was like an easy pass for him to just catch and shoot, but it damn near broke Marcus Smart's finger off. I was like, bro, how did that hurt you? I'm not blaming Marcus for it, but it was just like, I don't know. Maybe it's the curse, chat. Maybe it's the curse of every single time the Lakers have like some type of memorial or like a ceremony for somebody, like a legend, or if LeBron is going to break a record, the Lakers lose every single time. They have not won a game when LeBron breaks a record or passes a milestone. It's like it's impossible for them to win, right? So I don't know. Maybe it was the curse when stuff like that was happening. Tough loss, 100%. We played them again in about a week and a half at home, so we'll see what happens. But I like the way we competed tonight. They just made a couple more shots than us. Bro, quit on y'all, bro. He didn't quit, bro. If Aiden, let me read this one first. If Aiden was gonna quit on the Lakers, he would have done it a long time ago. He didn't quit on nobody, bro. Now, did he play like trash in that first stint he played? Absolutely. He was horrible. I mean, he was awful on both sides of the ball. He missed a jump hook at the rim. And then, I mean, I don't think he had one good defensive possession that first few minutes of the game. The team might have just missed a shot, but he still didn't play well defensively. So, yeah, he was terrible, but I don't think he gave up. I just think he was probably hurt before the game started because I'm pretty sure he was already dealing with a knee injury in those few games he missed right before the All-Star break, right? So I don't know. Maybe it came back or something like that. He probably should have played tonight. That's the only thing I can think of. Rui played good 100%. That's what I was saying in my last live stream about how Rui played bad the last couple games, but he was just missing a bunch of open shots. But he plays well against Denver. Like, regularly, Rui plays well against Denver. And shout out JJ, bro, for doing the small ball lineup tonight. But obviously, we didn't have really a choice because Maxi Kleber wasn't suited out tonight. Maxi Kleber was injured. Jerry Vanderbilt did not play well in the minutes I feel like he played with one of the dumbest fouls I've ever seen. Why are you fouling Jonas Valanciunas on the jump shot in the 2-point range? Like Vando, bro. Lock in, bro. Lock in, bro. Like, lock in, bro. Lock the fuck in. I don't know what's wrong with that dude, bro. I don't know what's wrong with him right now, bro. It's just like he's just not focused. For the shit that you do as a player, you don't have to go out there and shoot the ball 100 times and you supposed to go out there and just be ready to just knock the shit out of somebody. And you supposed to want to go out there and just run through a wall and play great defense and just hustle every single time you out there. Just energize up money energy the whole entire time. As of late, I don't know what's been going on with him. I don't know. And I don't blame JJ for not playing him that many minutes because he's not playing good right now. Let me go ahead and hop into the box score right quick, y'all. Let me scroll down a little bit. We're going to go over the box score here in a second. I'm going to talk to y'all about a couple of things when it comes to Luka and when it comes to some of the lineups that the Lakers could have took advantage of and they didn't tonight. Mamba said Luka and Hayes stepped up big time. Reaves and LeBron need to do more tonight. Jokic and Murray showed up. We needed one of our other stars to support Luka. I'm not gonna lie to you, Mamba. I feel like in this game, I don't think Luka was that good tonight. I know he put up some good numbers. I thought he was good defensively. And he was rebounding the hell out of the ball, having 11 rebounds. When the Lakers literally probably lost the game on a second chance offensive rebound at the end of the game. I know Marcus missed those threes, but Denver was missing their threes as well. The knockout punch was them getting the offensive rebound and then Jokic making a layup to go up by, I think it was 5 with like 20 seconds left. That was a knockout punch pretty much right there. That was pretty much a knockout punch. It was going to have to be a miracle at that point. You were only down by 3. If you get the rebound right there, you're fine. So, but I don't necessarily think that Luka had a good game tonight offensively. I feel like he was forcing some shots. He was having an ego battle with the referees again. And if he get one more technical foul, he's gonna be suspended. So we probably should be looking forward to that happening sometime soon, anyways, right? But offensively, I just thought that Luka Dončić's shot selection in this game was not good. And if you're gonna shoot those shots, Luka, you have to make them. It's Luka Dončić. I'm not trying to sit up here and tell Luka Dončić, a top 3 player in the NBA, how to play basketball. But I'm from a fan perspective looking at the game, I felt like his shot selection was not that good. And I felt like at times it messed the Lakers' possessions up and it kind of shot them out of the game at times. When LeBron was in the game, the offense was flowing. We were getting good shots every single time. But when Luka was running the offense for the most part, at times I felt like he was shooting us out of the game. I remember one possession in the third quarter. Luka, it was a pick and roll. He was driving down the lane. He was probing. He had Christian Brown on his back. And the wing defender was helping over, trying to help Christian Brown. Marcus Smart was open for a 3. And instead of him just passing the ball and making the simple play, like I always talk about with Luka, if it's not the ooh and ah kind of pass all the time, bro, just make the simple pass. Marcus had already made 2 threes in the third quarter, passing the ball again. And instead of passing Marcus the ball, he shoots a mid-range contested jump shot. And he misses. And then Denver goes down there and they hit a 3. So I just feel like his shot selection wasn't that good tonight. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Luka's game tonight. If one of those threes fell for Smart, we probably win. That's why I'm not upset about this game. You play against Indiana tomorrow, and of course, they've been tanking all season, but they're going to have Pascal Siakam and Andrew Nembhard, and they're going to try their hardest tomorrow against the Lakers, of course, right? But at the same time, you play against a very mediocre at best Indiana Pacers team tomorrow. Handle business. The Suns lost today. Handle business tomorrow. The Rockets lost today. Just handle business. You play against the Nuggets again in like a week and a half. You will have your opportunities to beat some of these teams that's ahead of you in the standings. You'll have your opportunities. And hopefully they play better than what they did tonight, right? Because I don't think the Lakers played very good tonight, and they only ended up barely losing this game. It came down to the wire, bro. And if they knock down a couple more threes and a couple more shots, we could be talking about a completely different result. And you can live with that. This game felt like a playoff game, right? It felt like a playoff game, especially at the end. It had like a playoff atmosphere to it, right? So you can live with these kind of losses because, like I said, if you meet Denver in the playoffs and you lose like that, you can be like, okay, we can make these adjustments. We got to do this and do that, and we'll move on to the next game. The Lakers are definitely still in the running to finish in a very, very good spot in the Western Conference. They will be fine. Jake LaRavia is not someone to lean on in money time. Kennard or Rui should be the one taking those shots. The thing is, like, when he was on the court, the Nuggets were literally not guarding him. They were not guarding. They wasn't guarding Marcus Smart either. They was like, okay, you can shoot. And that's what I be telling y'all sometimes. Sometimes some players are open for a reason. It's not bad defense all the time. He's open by design. So the Nuggets coach is saying, don't guard him on the three-point line. That's why you see some players for the Lakers closing out soft to some players or not closing out at all. Like Zeke Naji, I'm not closing out on that shit, bro. I'm not. If he shoot a three, go ahead, bro. If you make it, good job. But I'm not closing out on that shit. He's not a good three-point shooter. Christian Brown is shooting 28% from the three-point line. And he made 2 threes tonight. He made 2 out of 6, which is not great, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's still 2 threes. The Lakers lost this game by 7. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you live with those percentages. Niggas that can't shoot the ball, you let them shoot in certain positions, right? If we capitalize on free throws, it might have been a different story. How many free throws did we miss? That might be a good point, bro. I mean, yeah, because, okay, Hayes missed 2. Luka missed 2 and Reaves missed 1. And the one that Reaves missed at the end, it would have tied the game up. It would have tied the game up. I'm surprised he didn't get an and 1 on that, bro. I don't know, man. I feel like he could have went up a little bit differently. I don't know. Maybe he's seen something different, but I don't know if he was trying to pass the ball back. But I feel like if he would have just went up strong with the ball, he would have got an and 1 and just go through Jamal Murray ass. He can't play no damn defense. Only role player holding y'all back is Aiden. Bro, I don't understand your obsession with Aiden, bro. Bro, chill on that, man. He didn't play this game, fam. He didn't play this game, and we still lost the game. Just chill, bro. Aiden ain't been amazing at the game of basketball the last couple months. But he ain't the reason why we lost tonight's game. He didn't play but 5 minutes. I don't know, y'all. I don't understand your obsession with this man. It's okay, bro. Jake LaRavia has been just as bad as Aiden has the last couple games offensively. When it comes to especially the last couple big games, like the OKC game. Y'all remember the OKC game a couple weeks ago before the All-Star break? Like, Jake had 3 open threes in the corner, bro, when we were down by like 6 or 5 or something like that. Bro, you got to knock those down. You got to at least give me 1. You got to at least give me 1 of those. And it's not like Jake is a bad three-point shooter, bro. Let me look at it. Now, his three-point percentage probably done went down from what he done the last couple months. But at the beginning of the season, bro, Jake was knocking down threes left and right. He's shooting 33% this year. Last year, he shot 42%. The year before, 38.5, 39%. The year before that, 44%. The year before that, 34%. He is shooting a career low from the three-point line this season. He's shooting a career low. He done played every game, and he's shooting a career low from three-point percentage this year. So it's just unfortunate. And for his career, he's 36%. 36% three-point shooter. That's above league average. That is a guy that you should not be willing to leave open. But the way some of these teams are guarding him, they like, okay, go ahead and shoot the ball. So Jake just got to step up and make those shots, and he hasn't been able to do that shit. And if he would have done that tonight, he went 0 of 3 from 3, bro. Who knows if he would have made 2 of those threes, what could have happened? Rui shot the hell out of the ball tonight. He shot very good from the three-point line. I think he only ended up missing like 1 3 or something like that, maybe 2. But he did actually miss a layup in transition, so he should have had at least 18 points. But Rui had a good game tonight, and I feel like Rui was great defensively tonight as well. Rui was phenomenal on the defensive side of the ball. Why the hell are we passing to Marcus Smart with the game on the line? Bro, he open, bro. What do you mean why we passing it to him with the game on the line, bro? He had 3 threes in this game. You can ask the same question for the Denver Nuggets. Why the hell are they passing it to Julian Strother in the corner when the game is on the line? And he knock it down. You have to, bro, that's why if you own the court at that time of the game and you open, you got to shoot the ball. And you got to knock it down. The same thing happened last game against the Pelicans. I don't care what the opponent is. The shot is still the same in that type of moment. Because if Marcus didn't knock that down, then we're not in a position to win that game against the Pelicans. And it should have been a foul on Zion Williamson. It was in the corner. He knocked it down. He just didn't knock him down today. Bro, he made 3 threes in this game. You can't not pass him the ball. Now, if he was 0 of 8, okay, he probably would have been on the court at that point in the game. I don't know the timeout situation and things of that nature, but I'm not questioning the decisions of passing Marcus Smart the ball when he just made a clutch 3 last game. And he made 3 already in this game. That's something that you really can't question. I don't want him fired, but don't play Ayton. I'm not going to sit up here and say don't play him at all. I don't feel like Ayton has been that bad because he's had some good games and he does some good things for you. But at this point, I wouldn't mind starting Jackson Hayes because the way Jackson is playing right now, I don't know. I'm not going to get overhyped about Jackson either because he had a stretch last season right after the All-Star break where he was playing phenomenal basketball. He was playing great. He had one of the highest rated defensive ratings in the entire league as a big. At one point, he was the #1 defensive big in the league for like a 3 or 4 week stretch. He was playing phenomenal, right? He's playing better than that right now, defensively especially. He's finishing around the rim better than he did last season too. It's not just a dunk every single time, right? So I don't know what JJ is gonna do, but the thing that I know that JJ has been doing that I do like, if Ayton isn't playing well, JJ won't play him that much. He'll play Jackson and he'll even throw in Kleber at times. Obviously, Kleber wasn't healthy tonight. He didn't play. I think if Kleber would have been healthy enough to play tonight, I think Kleber would have got some minutes. And I think he could have probably helped. Right? So I wish Kleber was healthy tonight. I think that probably would have helped the team out a little bit because Kleber been playing good in the minutes that he's played so far this season. What's good, Truck? What's good with you, bro? JJ is not the coach we need. How do you sub Rui out with 2+ minutes left and we put the game by 1? I mean, he put LeBron back in the game, but you don't want LeBron to finish the game? I mean, I guess maybe he shouldn't have gave it. Maybe he shouldn't have put him back in, but I'm not questioning you putting your starting player back in the game when LeBron had been making plays the entire game, especially defensively. I'm not questioning that. Maybe he should have just kept LeBron out because LeBron ended up going right back out of the game. I guess he wasn't good enough to go. He started feeling that pain in his arm again or his elbow. So I don't know, but I'm not really questioning him for doing that. Okay, JJ Redick said that Ayton is dealing with left knee soreness. I think that's the same knee. That's the same knee that he was out with before the All-Star break. Rui would have at least made one of those threes. I mean, possibly, bro. Yeah, he shot great from the field tonight. But bro, like we gotta understand too, chat. Before that, Marcus was 3 or 4 from 3, bro. So it's not like Marcus had he was, like I said, it ain't like he was 1 for 8 or 1 for 9 or something like that before that shot, bro. Before those 2 threes he took, he was 3 or 4 from the 3-point line. He was shooting 75% from the 3-point line. And he just made a clutch 3 last game. I don't mind that situation because everything leading up to those shots has been saying give him the ball in that situation again if he's open. Ain't nothing saying don't pass him the ball right there. Nothing. He had already made 3 before that in the same game, right? And then on top of all of that, he just made a clutch 3 last game against the Pelicans to kind of seal the deal. So I don't know, bro. I just think that's kind of like a hindsight is 2020 thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to fault Luka for being aggressive and trying to make something happen. Reeves and LeBron need to be less passive. I don't think Reeves and LeBron were being less passive. I think, like I said, bro, in the third quarter when Reeves was actually getting the ball, he was capitalizing. When the offense was kind of running through Reeves, he was capitalizing. He was getting downhill. And I don't know why Luka does not do that more often, bro. I don't know why. And then on top of all of that, like I said, we were talking about it in the last live stream, the previous live stream, and I talked about it in my previous video, right? I don't know why the Lakers don't play out of the post more with LeBron and Luka. When they were doing it tonight, they could not. The Nuggets had no answer for that shit, bro. Every single time I felt like it was whether LeBron was going to get a good look or it was going to be a lob to Hayes or it was going to be an open 3 for somebody. I felt like it was like that every single time almost. And Reeves was getting downhill. He actually missed a layup in this game too that he should have finished. But I don't think that necessarily because they didn't have a whole lot of shot attempts, that don't necessarily mean you're not being aggressive. You can be aggressive to get others involved and get better shots than you can get. Just because you take 20 shots, that don't mean that you was taking good shots the whole game. Or even most of those weren't good shots. And I'm not saying every single shot Luka took this game was good. But bro, shooting 11 of 24, bro, it's not terrible. But shooting 3 of 10 from 3, you gotta capitalize on more of those. And I felt like I said his shot selection was not good. And I don't think that means that you weren't being aggressive, but you got to take better shots because at times he would come around a pick and he would wait on Christian Braun to come up behind him instead of just pulling the 3 because the Nuggets play drop coverage the entire night. Jokic and Giannis Valanciunas cannot defend the rim and they cannot defend guards. So they drop coverage the entire time. They are not mobile enough. Both of those guys are slow and they are unathletic. That's why the Nuggets struggle so bad defensively. We don't have good defensive bigs and they damn sure don't. So I feel like at times, Luka could have came off those screens and shot the ball quicker instead of waiting and getting a contested 3. And that's shot selection. You can still be aggressive in that situation. Just take the shot sooner when you're open. Yeah, Luka missed some bunnies late in the game. Yeah, the Lakers missed a couple of layups this game. Rui missed one in transition. Luka missed one at the rim, even though it should have been a foul. Even on that play where LeBron got hurt, Chad, that should have been a foul on Jokic too. Why the fuck the refs don't like to call fouls on Jokic, bro? Why don't the refs call fouls on Jokic? Why not? He can't play defense. He fouls all the time. If somebody is in the air and you body bump them in the air, that is a foul every single time. Every time that's a foul. I don't care who it is. But because he's Jokic, you don't call a foul? The play that LeBron hurt his elbow, he got bumped in the air by Jokic. That should have been an and 1. The play at the end of the second quarter, or the end of the first quarter, when was it the end of the second half? I mean the first half. It was the end of the second quarter. Luka missed a layup. He should have made it, but it should have been an and 1 because Jokic fouled him. He body bumped him. He don't move his feet well enough, and he does not laterally move and get around his body quick enough to contest shots all the time. He fouls all the time, but when the refs don't call it, I don't understand it. I get that he's a perennial MVP player. I get it. But at the same time, he fouls a lot, bro. Call the fouls. Hey, Marcus, bro, it's looking like it is. It's looking like Jake LaRavia is indeed having the Lakers shooting curse that everybody thought it was going to be Luke Kennard. Who, by the way, I feel like Luke Kennard in this game tonight, I feel like he was good offensively. He missed a couple of mid-range jump shots that he's been knocking down so far this season. But overall, I felt like defensively tonight was probably his worst game. And he wasn't getting torched in pick and roll or he wasn't getting torched in one-on-one defense. But a couple times he messed up on switches and he messed up like chasing Tim Hardaway Jr. around screens, and he fouled him one time on the 3. And then the first points of the fourth quarter, Tim Hardaway got a wide open 3 coming around the screen when Luke Kennard was guarding him. So I feel like he kind of made a couple mistakes tonight defensively, but overall offensively though, I still feel like he was fine. He's been our most consistent role player since he done came to the team. He's been the most consistent role player we have. The Lakers had lead down 2, and Luka had 2 easy shots. Instead of taking the shots, he tried to flop and draw fouls and gave up a corner 3 on defense. Is the reason the Lakers lost. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's the reason the Lakers lost, but down the stretch, yeah, the Nuggets definitely did make a few more plays than the Lakers, bro. And that corner 3 that you're talking about, Luke, bro, I don't think that Luka was bad defensively tonight because when he wanted to rotate, he was fine. He had a couple steals tonight. What did he have, like 3 or 4 steals? How many steals did he have tonight? He had 4 steals. And this is when he had to rotate over and front Jokic or get behind Jokic and play solid defense on him. He got his hand on the ball a couple times. So, but it was a couple times that he had to rotate, and his rotations just be so off because I don't know what he be feeling like he got to exert energy to play offense. I don't know what it is. But bro, rotate. If 40,000-year-old LeBron can do it, why can't you do it? So for me, that's the most like Luka is he is so good that when some of the mistakes he makes, it's like, bro, you can be damn near like your ceiling can be the best player in the league, but you just make some of the dumbest mistakes before, and you had these ego battles with these referees, and that shit be so annoying, bro. It be so annoying, bro. Can you please not talk to the ref? Is it possible, my nigga? Is it possible for you not to say anything to the ref? Is it possible? Can you just wait until the quarter is over? Or can you wait till a timeout to go dig in their ass? Can you go do that then? Can you just wait? That's the, like, bro, it's so frustrating watching him sometimes. And I'm not even wondering, sometimes he does get fouled. And he rightfully so gets mad at the referees. I'm not backing the referees in this situation. I do not like referees. I feel like they switch games up and they never get held accountable. I am not a fan of referees at all. I'm not one of those people that sides with the refs all the time. Right? But I'm just saying, what could take Luka to a whole nother level as a player is not having ego battles with referees. You said Smart actually been hit most of his threes lately, just lost his rhythm at the end. Yeah, that's all it was. That's all it was. Can Aiden even do a full sprint? Never seen him give 100% effort. But I don't know what it is, bro, because when I was watching Aiden's tape before the season started, I felt like in the tape I was watching, bro, he was moving a lot better, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. Now you're right. I literally have not seen him do a dead sprint and get down the court. He does this slow ass robotic run, and it's like you taking forever to get into your motion to run down the court. I don't know what it is about him, bro. I don't know. He frustrating to watch too. He could be so much better as well, but his effort, just no effort. It's no effort. It's just like his mentality. If we had DeAndre Ayton with Jackson Hayes' mindset, he'll be one of the best centers in the league. He'll be one of the best centers in the league, but he don't have it. Rui always comes to play against Denver. That's what I was saying earlier, bro. Completely agree with you, bro. He always plays well against Denver. He played well against them in the playoffs. That first year that we made it to the Western Conference Final, I think it was game 2. He had like almost 20 points at halftime. And you want to know why he always plays so well against Denver? Because you want to know who mainly guards him? Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic. He can't get his ass out there and contest shots. He too slow. So they were trying to pick on Jokic more in pick and roll tonight. I don't know why the Lakers don't. I don't know why teams don't do that more. The only team I really see continuously going at Jokic is the Warriors, bro. That's the only team I really consistently see going at him because he cannot defend. So I don't know. I don't know why teams don't do that shit more. Maybe they respect him too much. I don't know what it is. Yup. Young Braveheart. That's a great point. Free throws. I mean, the Lakers only missed 5 free throws in this game. How many free throws did the Nuggets miss? It don't look like they missed many. They only missed 3. So they shot a better percentage from the free throw line. We actually did make one. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. They made one more 3 than us. They made one. And that really, when the game was actually still in the balance, before Jokic pretty much hit us with the knockout punch to go about 5 with 20 seconds left, that 1-3 was the difference in the game. Because they were up by 3, and Julian Strawther put them up. So it really could have been, you know what I'm saying? Like that 1-3 was very, very important in this game. I just feel like they made a couple more plays than we did in this game. But the Lakers are going to have their opportunities to beat this team again, because they play against them again in a few weeks, chat. So we'll see what happens. Who won the turnover battle? Okay, Denver had 18 turnovers, and Lakers only had 10 turnovers. And I feel like when they did have the turnovers, they weren't even forced by the Nuggets. We were forcing turnovers. We forced Jokic to have 9 turnovers. The Lakers did a good job on Jokic tonight, man. He gonna put up great numbers. It's Jokic. But at the same time, when you can force him to turn the ball over that many times, defensively, the Lakers were good on him tonight. So definitely give him credit for that. Smart was good. You make some, you miss some. That's Mr. P, bro. Salute. That's exactly how I feel, bro. Literally. The Lakers are going to have their opportunities. They're going to have their opportunities to win games, and they're going to have their opportunities to beat this team again. They cannot let this continuously happen. When you get stops, you have to get the rebounds. You have to. You got to get the rebound. How many offensive rebounds did, let's see how many offensive rebounds. Okay, they had 7. I mean, they only had one more offensive rebound, or else they felt like they had more. But the one that they had at the end of the game was the backbreaker. Or sometimes they don't pop up as a stat. When the Nuggets miss a shot and the Lakers tip the ball and they go out of bounds instead of grabbing a rebound, that pretty much should be an offensive rebound as well. Yeah, a lot of layups and we don't get calls. We don't. On the play, LeBron got injured on the play when he hurt his elbow, and the commentator crew didn't know how he hurt himself, but those big ass cords that the big ass cords for the cameras, for the cameramans on the sideline, I do not know why those are sitting out, bro. You know how many players have gotten injured because of those cords on the sideline just sitting right next to the cameraman? Why? It's 2026. Can we get some better equipment to where you don't have to have them long ass obnoxious cords sitting next to the cameraman? You trying to tell me it ain't no way that y'all can get better cameras to where it don't have them long ass cables just sitting right there? Them long ass, thick ass cables looking like some snakes. You trying to tell me in 2026 we can't replace that? I don't understand. Players have rolled their ankles on those. They failed and hit their head. They failed and hit their face. They failed and hit their elbow just like LeBron did tonight. He probably hit his funny bone and he couldn't feel his damn hand no more, or arm. That's probably what it was. Just like Reaves did last game where he hit his funny bone, stripping the ball down from Zion, and he couldn't feel his hand for a minute. Are the Lakers resting some of their guys against Indiana tomorrow? If so, I would give Adu some run and cut down on Jake's minutes. Hey, bro, that's it right there. That's what I was going to talk about too. I completely agree with you, bro. I hope to God they do that because, look, we need to see what we have in Adu Theoro. We need to see, because he is going to be a very, very important prospect for this team's future. And possibly even right now. You see them dogs for the Celtics? Hugo Rodriguez, I think his name is. Or is it Hugo Gonzalez? I can't think his name. I think he's Slovenian because he looked up to Luka growing up. But y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that plays really good defense, and he's been playing so well. He is a dog defensively. Baylor Shireman. These motherfuckers, I ain't never even heard of these people, bro. And they just come in and they are absolute animals on the defensive side of the ball because they give effort and they are uberly athletic. That is exactly what Adu Theoro is. Play that man. I want to see him in the rotation, JJ Redick. I want to see it. Every time we've seen him this year, he's been impressive. Can I see him in the game with the actual veteran players instead of putting him in the game in garbage time? I want to see Adu Theoro play some minutes. If I had one knack against JJ, I want to see Adu, bro. This team lacks athletes and athleticism. That is exactly what this kid is flashing every single time he plays. Put him on the court. Jokic should have been fouled out in the third quarter, bro. You in the middle of the third quarter, bro. You talking to me right now, bro. You talking to me right now. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, bro, Jokic get away with so much. All right, let me ask y'all this question, Chad. So, Marcus Smart. Let me see. Can y'all see me? I'm going to go full screen for this. Marcus Smart is trying to deny. He is trying to deny Jokic the ball. He has got his hands out and he is denying this man the ball. How is it a foul on Marcus Smart when Jokic put his big ass body and just flop all the way down on Marcus Smart and leans on this man? How is that a foul? How is that a foul on Marcus Smart? How? Like how? I don't get that. I don't get how that's a foul on Marcus Smart. I don't get it. So he does that all. He did it last game against the Jazz for them, against Keontae George a couple times. Everybody tries to front him the ball and deny him the ball because he's too good. Obviously, you can't even really double team him because he's going to get the ball to somebody in a double team. So yeah, I don't know, bro. All I know is it's infuriating when the referees literally looking at this man foul people and they don't call it. The one thing I think I have a problem with Luka on is when he continues to jack up threes at times when the shot isn't falling. I agree. And that's another thing what I'm saying with shot selection, because when it comes, I think the type of threes he takes, bro, if you open, Chant, you're going to have a better chance of making the three. If you don't have nobody in front of you, you 6'8", and you a good 3-point shooter, especially off the dribble, you're going to have a higher chance of making that shot opposed to somebody being directly in front of you. Now, does Luka make those shots? And that's the reason why he's Luka Dončić? 100%. But it's still, when you are missing those type of shots, you got to start taking better shots, bro. Your shot selection needs to be better. And don't take pull-up twos or trying to foul bait and get people to slap down on your arm and you throwing the ball up and screaming, hey, and you expecting the referee to bail you out. You can't do that. No, Chuck. I mean, to a certain extent, no. They didn't attack him enough. You are right. I agree with you. But even in the game, at times when the Lakers did go right at him, the refs didn't call a foul on Jokic. It was a couple times he pushed Jackson Hayes on some of the lobs he caught. That's a foul. If Jackson Hayes does that to him, I guarantee they're gonna call a foul, right? And like I said, when he was leaning on Marcus Smart, he was leaning on Luka. Bro, those are fouls, bro. You can't just lean on people and bend them over. You can't do that. That's a foul. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like the Lakers should have went at him more, for sure. But I do think that when they were going at him at times, the referees were not calling enough fouls. Right? They weren't. Let me see what the free throw discrepancy was. So let's see if people keep that same energy when the Lakers shot 15 free throws this game and the Nuggets shot 31. They shot 16 more free throws than the Lakers. They shot 16 more free throws. You trying to tell me a team that has Austin Reaves and LeBron James and Luka Dončić is only going to get 15 total free throws? Jokic and Murray shot the same amount of free throws as the Lakers team did, bro. Now, granted, some of those free throws did come at the end of the game when the Lakers started playing the foul game, but still though, doubling somebody's free throws for a team that goes to the rack all the time and is super aggressive at drawing fouls, that doesn't make any sense to me. Not the reason why we lost the game though. Definitely not the reason why we lost the game. Luka had 4 steals and played good defense on Jokic and Murray. LeBron sold the game in the end, giving the rock to Marcus when he had 2 good layups and had Brown guarding post. JJ drew terrible play. I mean, I disagree, bro. Bro, Marcus Smart had made 3 We were down by 3. LeBron probably shouldn't have got back in the game. But at the same time, if he didn't get back in the game, people would criticize him and say you soft for not getting back in the game either. So if he felt like he could give it a go, I'm not going to sit up here and blame him for getting back in the game. But one thing, Marcus Smart had already made 3 threes before those 2 misses he had at the end of the game. So up until that point, Marcus Smart was shooting 3 of 4 from the 3-point line. He was shooting 3 of 4 from the 3-point line up until that point. You trying to tell me LeBron trying to get Marcus Smart, who's hot from 3 this game, a good look in the corner and on the wing, open threes. You trying to tell me it's his fault for passing him the ball? How? I don't understand it. The Lakers were down by 3. And you get a guy that's shooting hot from 3 this game and playing great defense, by the way. He's hot from 3. He's shooting 3 out of 4. That's 75% from the 3-point line. You trying to tell me don't pass him the ball? And it's not like LeBron had clear pass to the goal. If he was going to go up for a layup, it would have been contact on those plays. And he probably would have hurt his arm even worse. So I don't agree. And I don't know what you mean by JJ drew up some bad plays. JJ drew up a bunch of good out of the timeout plays tonight's game. I don't know which play you're talking about in specific, but I felt like overall JJ had some really good out of the timeout plays tonight. They scored off a couple of them, especially in the second half. Denver got almost 30 free throws while we got half of that, and we got more points in the paint than Denver. Refs definitely won this game. I mean, I'm not going to say the refs won this game, but the referees definitely was. I felt like they were more on Denver's side tonight, because a blatant example of that is when LeBron went to the rim and got the layup and got fouled by Jokic and he fell and hurt himself. That was a clear foul on Jokic, bro. LeBron should have been going to the line for an and one. And even at the end of the second quarter, when Luka got past Jokic and he body bumped him again, it ain't like it's a little touch foul or like an offensive player is trying to draw the contact and they're not calling the foul. It's when a player is in the air and you body bump them, that is a foul every single time. It's a foul. So he got away with a lot of fouls tonight, for sure, 100%. No question. He's Spanish. He played in Real Madrid, so every young player saw Luka dominate the EuroLeague at 17 and win MVP, so they want to be like him. Luka need to play off the ball. He'll be Jordan. No one stopping. Luka does need to play off the ball more, I think. Yeah. I feel like in this game should have been kind of one of those games where I feel like when LeBron and Austin were handling the offense tonight, I feel like the offense was flowing better. I feel like Austin had clear mismatches. He had clear speed advantages over pretty much every perimeter defender that the Nuggets have other than Christian Brown. Other than Christian Brown, I feel like Austin had an advantage speed-wise on the perimeter and just getting downhill over all of those guys, except for Christian Brown. Christian Brown is like the only perimeter defender I feel like that can stay in front of Austin that played for Denver tonight, because obviously Gordon and Peyton Watson were not healthy. But just in general, when LeBron was operating out of the post and when Austin Reaves was running pick and roll, I feel like the offense was a little bit more fluid tonight than over Luka tonight in tonight's game. And I feel like to a certain extent in some of those regards, you as Luka Dončić, when your threes aren't falling, bro, or when the referees are not calling fouls and you trying to have an ego battle to where you're trying to make them call a foul, you're going to literally shoot your team out of the game. And I love Luka. I'm not trying to sit up here and tell this man how to play, because when some people try to tell some of these players that are superstar players how to play basketball, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But from a fan perspective, I felt like the offense was flowing better when the offense was running through LeBron, especially in the post, and Austin Reaves, especially in the second half in the pick and roll. In the third quarter, Austin got it going and he was scoring at will at times. He missed a layup in the third quarter too, but he was scoring at will most of the night. Lee Loser Lames will have another first round exit on his resume, and you will still be I can't say what I want to, but you will still be an ass kisser, because what in the hell does that have to do with tonight's game? Hugo is from Spain. Teams develop their young guys, but the Lakers? Well, I mean, I can't really say that. We do have Austin Reaves on our team, but I get where you're coming from. We do have Austin Reaves on our team, though, bro. And I'm not going to lie. Jackson seems like he's playing a lot better than he was last season, too. So I think that they've helped him work with him on some things as well. But when it comes to giving some of the younger guys an opportunity to play, I see where you're coming from, because the Celtics, they done had so many injuries. And they've even taken guys out of the rotation that were playing for them early in the year. Like Jordan Walsh was a starter at one point, and he was actually playing heavy minutes. And now he really don't play that much no more. Now it's Baylor Shireman and Hugo. What's his name? Yeah, Hugo. Is it Hugo Rodriguez or is it Hugo Gonzalez? I don't know. I think it's Hugo Rodriguez, or it might be Gonzalez. I can't remember. But yeah, they are playing those guys more, and that's what I'm saying. Like tomorrow's game, I don't think LeBron is gonna play. If his elbow injury where he couldn't finish the game tonight, if it was hurting him like that, yeah. See, let me show y'all this right quick so y'all can stop saying that dumb shit about Aiden gave up on the team, because although Aiden was terrible in the first quarter, and it's making more sense on why he was terrible in the first quarter. Let me go to my likes. Let me go to let's watch some of these post game let's watch some of these post game thoughts for some of the Lakers players. All right. This one don't matter that much actually when it comes to the game tonight. Here's the pool report on what the officials said about Luka's technical and Jokic fumbling the ball inbounds. Oh yeah, which was a crazy call as well. Didn't make sense, chat. When Jokic lost the ball at the end of the first quarter, and just the referees just allowed that man to just have a redo when he lost the ball and it should have been a layup for Rui. Let's see. Okay, here you go right here. I want to read this one and then we'll go to the other one. So Marcus Smart is saying that on DeAndre Ayton's injury, said he's down. For him, it sucked for him not to be out there. He tried to go and it just didn't feel right for him. It sucks. We definitely could have used him. I know as of late, he's been getting a lot of backlash for his effort and play. He understands it. I know it might not seem like it, but he does. And he wants to do good and he wants to help the team. I think that's what's more frustrating for him because he's trying, but the way he's trying isn't working and he's still trying to figure it out. But he definitely was down tonight. He just actually left talking to me saying how he wished he could have been out there and how sorry he was. But he can't control that and he couldn't go and he didn't feel it. Hopefully next game he's ready to go. We could use him. Okay, so I guess he has a possibility of going tomorrow, but I don't see why he would go tomorrow when he wasn't able to go tonight. He probably just gonna sit out tomorrow as well. So let's see. Okay, so the pool report came out for the game for the officials, talking about Luka's technical, which I don't really think Luka said nothing too crazy. At least it didn't look like it, and they're talking about Jokic fumbling the ball in bounds. So the pool report interview was conducted by Vinny Benedetto, and Ed Malloy following tonight's Lakers game. Question: what did Luka Dončić do to warrant a technical foul? It appeared the referee waited until after a transition possession to call it. Why was there a delay? Malloy said Dončić was issued a technical foul for using profanity directed towards a referee. We are trained not to stop an offensive transition when calling a technical foul on the defense. Okay. Also, it says, question, near the end of the second quarter, the Nuggets appeared to turn the ball over on an inbounds pass. After the Lakers gained possession, the play was stopped and the Nuggets were allowed to inbound the ball again. Why was that decision made? Malloy said the decision was made because Jokic never had control of Jokic never had control of the out of bounds. Therefore, it was not a legal throw-in. What do you mean he didn't have control? When you go past the line and you grab the ball and you lose it, you had control. You just lost the ball. And Rui scored on that play, by the way, too. That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy for sure. LeBron was. Let me put this back on the screen. LeBron was just out there as a decoy. Rui should have stayed in, subbing him out after the steal he got. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, especially with LeBron only having one on. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was saying earlier. Maybe LeBron should have stayed out of the game, but maybe he felt like he could go back in the game. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I don't know, bro. I guess from his perspective, if he felt like he was good enough to go back in the game, that's why he felt like he was. But obviously he wasn't, because after one play, he went back to grabbing his elbow again. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he should have just stayed out. I felt like he was gonna stay out because it looked like he was in a lot of pain. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like he should have just stayed out of the game. LeBron haters are idiots. Everything is his fault. We needed to make a good two-way trade to go against the 5 teams ranked above us, and we didn't. I mean, I still feel like the Lakers can beat the Nuggets in the playoff series. Like, they have pretty much the same team that they had last year. And I mean, I know Jokic didn't play in the first game, but Austin Reaves didn't play in the first game either. So, you know, we had our injuries. They had theirs. The Lakers won the first game. Tonight could have went either way. It ain't like they just blew us out and we couldn't compete against them. The Lakers, some of the role players just didn't knock down some of the shots. They made a few more plays than we did, and we lost tonight. So the season series so far is tied 1-1. You play against this same team again in a few weeks, and then you play against them again after that. The standings are not going to change. I think the 6 teams that are in the playoffs right now, I think the 6 teams are gonna make it to the playoffs. I don't think the Suns are gonna make the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna be a playoff team. They might make the playoffs after winning a play-in game, but I don't think the Lakers are gonna fall out of the playoffs. I don't think they are. Right? So you have plenty of opportunity to play against the Timberwolves. You play against the Timberwolves coming up. You play against the Nuggets again in a few weeks. Now, you do play against the Knicks this weekend. That's going to be a tough game. I think you play against them on Sunday. So you definitely got to take care of business tomorrow against Indiana when you play against a team that's not very good. When we're down, when we're down by less than 10, we need to have our shooters in and not Smart and Jake. I mean, bro, I feel like Jake LaRavia, I feel like Marcus Smart is one of those players that you can't just take him out. He just makes too many plays. And even in a night like tonight where he missed those last 2 threes, bro, he made 3 in this game. He made 3 in this game, and he was making Denver pay for playing off of him when the Lakers were going small. So I'm not mad at Marcus Smart, bro. Like when Marcus Smart is open, he can take the shot. I don't mind him shooting it because he's shown that he can make big shots this season. He's had games where he's been hot, and he's had games where he's been extremely cold as well. But I think he understands when he's missing, don't shoot the ball. Figure out another way to score, or figure out another way to get somebody else involved to score the ball. But in a night like tonight where he hit 3 out of his first 4 threes, you have to keep shooting the ball, bro. You're hot. Like if you're open, shoot the ball. And he did that. And he just didn't make them. And that's okay. It's gonna happen like that sometimes. Those are the type of losses I feel like you can kind of be okay with when you just don't knock down a few shots than the other team does. Like if Marcus would have knocked down both of those threes the last couple of minutes of the game, the Lakers would have probably won this game. But he didn't. But he knocked down some shots to get them back in the game, though. And he does so many good things defensively for your team that you can't just not play him. You can't just not have him on the court. That's not how it works, bro. He's too impactful of a player for this roster. For this roster, Marcus is too impactful for this team to not play him at all. Especially when he's making most of his threes. I think our stars can match man for man, but after our top 3, the other 5 teams, including the Nuggets, have better players. I don't think the Rockets have better players after our other 5. I don't necessarily think the Timberwolves have better players after our top 3. I think it's debatable between those teams. Now, the Spurs and the Thunder do. The Spurs and the Thunder, they definitely have a deeper team than us. Keldon Johnson, Luke Cornett, Harrison Barnes, when he's healthy, he can be impactful. So it's an argument for most of those teams, but there are some teams that you can argue, like the Lakers, especially with Luke Kennard being on the team now. Rui, Kennard, Hayes, like those guys are impactful and they can help you win games. Like shit, tonight, Rui Hachimura I think he had 19 points or 17 points or something. Rui had 16 and Jackson had 19 off the bench. And then we all know Luke Kennard, he's going to have one of those games where he hits 5 or 6 threes. He might have multiple. He is going, I'm telling y'all that right now. Today is for me, it's 12:38 a.m. and is March the 6th, 2026. I'm telling y'all this right now. Luke Kennard is going to have 1 or 2 or multiple of those games where he has multiple threes, like 4, 5, 6 threes in a game, and it's going to win us a game because he's that good of a shooter. So the Lakers have some guys that can come off the bench and be impactful. The question is, how will they perform in these bigger moments? Like tonight, Jake LaRavia, he's shown me all season. I don't know. He had some good moments at the beginning of the season. Like when we played against Minnesota in that second game where Austin Reaves hit the game winner. Bro, Jake had 27 in that game. And he knocked down like 5 threes or 6 threes or something. So he's had some big games against some very good opponents. But as of late, against some of the top teams, he has not shot the ball well. And I feel like if he did, we would be in a completely different position. Because in that OKC game, Jake had 3 straight corner threes wide the fuck open, and he didn't knock down one of them. In tonight's game, he had 3 open threes. He missed the first 2, and then the third one he was open, he airballed it. So that can't happen. And if it does, you can't play. Jake has been very good for this team defensively this year. He leads the league. He leads the team in steals, and he's been a very good on-ball defender for this team. But if you can't knock down your threes, bro, you can't play. It's just another Jared Vanderbilt situation. Inconsistent shooting the 3, but you're a good defender. Austin was almost 23 in his rookie season. We don't develop young players. Hayes was in his 4th season when he joined the Lakers. Max Christie was our GM and we traded him. I mean, yeah, it don't matter though, bro. For me, when it comes to developing players, 23 is still young. You're not even in your prime yet. Like 23 is still young. I mean, you still have a lot of room to grow and get better. And Austin has become an all-star caliber player. He was an undrafted player that's become like, he averaging 24 points, 23 points a game this season. And when he had higher usage and was actually able to have the ball in his hands more, he was averaging even more points. So I get what you're saying when it comes to like, I guess you consider young players like guys under 20 or 20 and younger or something like that. But I still consider young players like players that are not in their prime. Like When you get to the age 26 and above, that's when I start considering you not like a young player. But that's what a lot of people consider. Like I seen a graphic on Twitter the other day talking about the Spurs have the best young core in the league, and it was 25 and younger. So he's not even 25 yet. Or actually, how old is Reaves? He might be 26 now. How old is Reaves? How old is he? But he still has developed. He still has developed at a high rate over the last couple seasons since he's came into the league. How old is Reaves? Oh, he's 27. Okay, my bad. But he still has gotten better every single year he's coming to the league. Like, so, and that's development. That has to be. I mean, what else can it be? We got no chance against Denver in the playoff series. Their role players are much better. This team is actually worse than last year when we had DFS and Goodwin. I mean, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. I think you have to wait until you get to the playoffs and see who performs well and who doesn't to say that, because everybody just talks about Jordan Goodwin so much. Brother, Jordan Goodwin didn't play against the Timberwolves because he was unplayable. He didn't play that much in that series. He was not impactful in that series. I understand he was a nice story. He was a good player time and time. You know, at times he was a good player. He probably could have been good to have on his team as well. But bro, Jordan Goodwin didn't play good in that Minnesota series. He couldn't knock down threes. So he would play some decent defense at times, but he couldn't knock down shots. So JJ had to get him off the court, because when you on the court and you can't knock down threes, they not gonna guard you, and it's just gonna make it harder for your stars to score the ball. So I know a lot of people miss Jordan Goodwin, but everybody say that we wish we could have still had him. But cool. But people just talk like he was just so impactful last season. Now he was at times in the regular season, but in the playoffs against Minnesota, he was not impactful. He wasn't. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think that this team is necessarily better than, I mean, that team last year is better than this one. We just have to see. We have to see, because the stars have not played enough reps together this season. And I think that's kind of hindered the rotations, and it's a lot of question marks for sure. I think Jackson is better than he was last season. I think that having Luka Dončić, now if Luka Dončić was on this team last year, you don't think he would have been playing and he could have been impactful in that Minnesota series? Rui was a starter last year. Now he's coming off the bench for Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is definitely going to be impactful. Like, I think Marcus Smart is more impactful than Jordan Goodwin. Yeah, exactly, Young Brave. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really expect it would have been good for us to win tonight, because we would have went ahead of Denver, or I think we would have been tied. Yeah, we would have been tied. I think our records would have been tied, actually. I think it would have been good for us to win tonight, but we would have been tied for the 5th seed. But we still have opportunities to get the 5th seed, the 4th seed, even the 3 seed. We still have plenty of opportunity to do that. We just got to string together some wins, and we play against a lot of opponents that's ahead of us coming up within the next couple of weeks. You just got to capitalize and win some of those games. I mean, nobody really thought we was going to win every single game, did they? Nobody thought we was going to sweep this upcoming tough schedule we have. Nobody thought we was going to do that. But the way the Lakers played tonight, they didn't go out there and get their asses whooped. They was getting their asses whooped at one point in the game, but they clawed back in and they started competing and they started playing defense and they started getting stops and rebounds and steals and turning the ball over. When you force Nikola Jokic to have 9 turnovers in a game and you don't really have multiple bigs on the court, that's impressive. And the small ball lineup that the Lakers were going with was working. So they just made a couple more shots than we did. A great team you can bank on your players' bottom line output every game. Good to bad players are inconsistent. Inconsistencies is what stops them from reaching the next level. Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, I can say that about a lot of different players, even on the Spurs. There's inconsistent players on the Spurs. There's inconsistent players on the Thunder. There's inconsistent players on the Timberwolves. There's inconsistent players on the Rockets. Like, it's inconsistent players on every single team, right? When it comes to the playoffs, you have to be playing your best basketball at the right time. That's what matters. A lot of these teams are uberly talented that are playoff teams. Nobody expected the Indiana Pacers to go to the finals last year. Nobody. Probably even some of their fans didn't. I know an Indiana Pacers fan, and he had no idea that they would go to the finals last year. I know one, right? They were playing extremely good basketball. at the right time, and they were one game away from winning the NBA championship. When you have the stars the Lakers have, and the shot making, and just the overall upside of some of the players they have on their team, if you can get timely stops, which the Lakers have shown they can do, and if you can hit timely shots, like tonight you had the opportunity, if Marcus Smart would have made a couple of those threes, you can win playoff series. You can. Now, are the Lakers going to go in a lot of playoff series as favorites? Of course not. But that still don't mean that you don't have a chance. The fact that y'all are saying and just talking like this Lakers team does not have a chance, that's what bothers me. Now, I'm not delusional. I'm not sitting there saying the Lakers are a favorite or they're a contender or they're going to go win an NBA championship with this roster, right? I'm not saying that. But I do think the Lakers have a chance in a lot of different series if you are playing your best basketball at the right time and you're healthy, right? Obviously, and your stars are playing well. Because any given series, Luka can be the best player on the court. And then LeBron always elevates his game in the playoffs. You can even make an argument LeBron might have been our best player in the series last year against the Timberwolves. Which Austin Reaves you're going to get? That's a question because Austin has had some very good playoff runs and he's had one like he had last season. Injury or not. If you hurt, bro, sit down. I know a lot of people said he had the big toe injury on his right toe last year, on his right big toe last year in the playoffs against the Timberwolves, and he played through it. But I'm always a person to say, if you hurt, sit down. If not, there's really no excuses. So if I'm going to have that energy against all these other teams, I got to have the same energy for my team. So that's all I'm saying. I think that if you are in a playoff setting or if you are in a series or you're able to get your team into the playoffs, you have a chance. I have seen the craziest shit happen. Like, you really could argue the Pacers probably could have won the NBA Finals last year if Halliburton didn't get injured in Game 7. Shea didn't even play good in Game 7 last year. But they pulled the game out because Indiana didn't have enough. So you have to get yourself in a situation, play your best basketball, and see where it goes. That's it. Oh, 100%. That's why I don't agree that the Lakers aren't a better team than last year. Marcus Smart is better than Jordan Goodwin, bro. Marcus Smart is better than Jordan Goodwin. The way Dorian Finney-Smith played good with us last year, but if he would have been on this team this year, I mean, he's not playing good at all for the Rockets this year, bro. He's not. And then this season, we've said it over and over again. The Lakers made the right decision of going with Aiden and LaRavia over Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Even though Dorian Finney-Smith was pretty good for the Lakers last year. But Marcus Smart is playing better than he was last year. Or just as good. So I'm not really with the motion of this team is worse than last year's team. Then with the addition of Luka Dončić over Gabe freaking Vincent, like, come on, bro. We just gotta wait and see. I just think we can't be too emotional after a loss. We gotta wait and see, because if the Lakers would have won tonight, everybody would have been like, oh, we got to keep doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when we lose, we over exaggerate, but then when we win, nobody just, it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll see what they do next game. I don't know. That energy is just, I don't know. I don't agree with that energy. And I get it. I'm not the same as everybody else. Everybody doesn't have the same mindset, but at the same time, I just think that you got to keep the same energy. If the Lakers were to win tonight's game, I don't think that y'all would be having the same energy as tonight when they lost. And I just think, I don't know. That don't make sense to me. Yeah, Houston lost tonight in Phoenix. Phoenix lost tonight to the Bulls. Yeah, Phoenix lost to the Bulls tonight. So that, you know, they're one game behind us. So I think they're like a game and a half behind us now since they lost. But we lost too. So we play against Indiana tomorrow. We gotta handle business tomorrow against the Pacers. You did a bet for the Hornets to win the East? I bet that's paying out crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The Hornets definitely can beat a team. Bro, they might be able to upset a couple teams in the Eastern Conference. If they play against Detroit in the first round, they might upset Detroit. Bro, Detroit is very, very beatable. They are a phenomenal defensive team. But, bro, offensively, they struggle. And tonight's, like, nights like tonight, like when they played against the Spurs, Jalen Duren gets in foul trouble, bro. He does some stupid fouls, bro. He does some very, very dumb fouls. And he's a very good player. He might win Most Improved. But that's what he's had a problem with that his whole career so far. Like, bad fouls. Like, he had a terrible foul on Wemby on the three-point line tonight to get his third foul in the first half. And then J.B. Bickerstaff trusted him, left him in the game, and the Spurs on some high-level IQ shit went right back at him again. Put Wemby in the post. Wemby sealed him. Wemby got the ball in the post, and De'Aaron fouled him again. So he got to sit out for the whole entire rest of the second quarter. And then he got in foul trouble again in the second half. I mean, you only got 2 more fouls to work with at that point. So, and K was struggling when you double team and triple team him because they don't really have another like go-to offensive weapon, or they don't have great shooting. So they are going to be very, very vulnerable in the playoffs when they play against certain teams. And I think Charlotte, the way they playing, they gonna be able to be. I ain't gonna say a lot of, bro. Charlotte is good, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And it would not surprise me if they upset some of those top tier teams in the Eastern Conference. It would not surprise me at all. Not one bit. The Luke Kennard steal for us. He looked good, and he fought perfect for high school, I think you said. I don't know what you mean by FOT. How long we been on, chat? Okay, yeah, we've been on for about an hour. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, y'all. Yeah, chat, I'm going to go ahead and hop off, man. I love y'all, chat. Appreciate y'all. We got another game tomorrow against the Indiana Pacers. I'll be back live again tomorrow after that game. Hopefully we can get that dub and go into the weekend and winning 4 out of our last 5. So we'll definitely take that. We won 3 out of our last 4. Lost tonight's game in heartbreaking fashion. Definitely could have won tonight's game as well. Would have made a couple more shots down the stretch. But the last couple of Lakers losses have been very, very winnable. That's another thing too, Chad, where I'm like not really like over exaggerating about the losses. It's not like the Lakers are just completely no-showing and getting their asses whooped against some of these better teams. Now, they did get their ass whooped against Boston. But tonight against Denver, they played very, very well, and they had a chance to win this game. So win tomorrow's game, guys, get right back on track, and then you will have another tough game on Sunday against the New York Knicks. That's going to be a big game. So we'll see how the Lakers show up in that game. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, chat. If y'all new, hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the live stream. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We back at it again tomorrow after the Lakers game against the Indiana Pacers. Y'all have a great night, chat. Peace.